I remember a time before the cascade dried up. Here in Verda Stello, the four nations of plant and bug people flourished and thrived. But the great waterfall that fed the land slowed to a trickle, revealing a vast salt sea and unknown islands. The only guide were the words of the 13 dried carvings. The water will slow to fall, but the tides are turning. Find the infinite lake to replenish the world and discover the salmon who will grant you a wish of whatever you desire. This marks the beginning of the tide, as many Greenfolk hauled onto ships to find the infinite lake and maybe riches, adventure, excitement, and purpose along the way. And what exactly is a salmon? Is that a berry? That was 50 years ago, and the tide rushes forward ever still. There are many stories caught on the wind between sails, but why don't we hear just one? Of a butterfly gunman with clipped wings, a ripened and explosive piece of produce, and a witch made out of tea. This is Join the Party, Campaign 3, The Rising Tide.
I'll sing you a song that all Greenfolk know.
Until the water falls home.
That only began 50 years ago.
Until the water falls home.
We seek the deep lake and a wish-granting salmon.
Until the water falls home.
So hoist up the sails and load up the cannons.
Until the water falls home.
A rush on the tide, sail through the cascade, an adventure ships, a ceaseless parade. I dream of roots buried in the deep below, but we can't well sleep till the water falls home.
Did we decide what medium Campaign 3 is? Like, Campaign 2 was a comic book, and I think Campaign 1 was like a fantasy story, and maybe the campaign was like a Gravity Falls Cartoon Network cartoon. Did we establish the medium of this one?
I'm pretty sure it's a video game because you've done a lot of like bram bram versus bram bram.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
No, I think it's an anima with video game aesthetics.
Oh,
What?
sure.
An anima, Julia.
Okay.
Is that how
Interesting.
weebs say it, Brennan?
Uh-huh.
Super
good.
not.
I already slipped Gunpla into this game, so I know what we're about. It could be a video game with anime elements too. That's fair.
Both options are on the table, yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely picturing a JRPG, so that makes sense in my mind.
Okay, so that would be perfect. I think that as Umbi ran into the whale sea monster skeleton, and I'm imagining Umbi's now sprinting animation. Just like properly.
Is it like a chicken where his head stays totally steady, but the
Yeah.
bottom of it moves?
I was going to say, yeah, you know in a video game when you see the guy and you see him run and the noise that comes into your mind is just...
Exactly. You mean me? Yeah.
It's that.
And Salix pulls out a spyglass and looks out on the armada coming this way. I think that we fade to black as we go to a cutscene. We are zoomed all the way out. We are looking down on the skeleton on this island. You see how large the skeleton truly is. You can see the sea beast honeycombs on the left side, all of the ships as small, almost figurines on the beach, and this armada of ships coming towards the island. Some text pops up and says, X number of turns until Audrey makes landfall.
Fuck.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
What-oh?
Folks, do you remember when we play with pies, right? You know, inspired by our good friends over at Blades in the Dark. You make a little pie for something that's going to happen in the future.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, there's like apple and cherry and pumpkin.
Strawberry, rhubarb, and daggers, you know?
Yeah.
Eric, you told me that was private when we did that.
Eric, that's my gender, strawberry, rhubarb, and daggers. Thank you.
It's a lattice, but it wasn't a lattice before you heisted it and took parts of the crust to make it into a lattice.
Better for sealing.
So I made a little pie here, which is the number of turns, quote unquote, until Audrey makes landfall at the pirate meeting. You have X number of turns until Audrey makes landfall. You can do whatever you want during those turns, but as we kind of do with fights sometimes, if you do an action, that is going to be one slice of the pie for you. One turn, as it were. You could also do some investigation or some research or some nautical math to figure out how far away, actually, if you want to reveal what that number of turns is. But right now, the boats are pretty far away. You need a spyglass to see them, but they are schmoving through the Great Salt Sea to make landfall.
All right.
What do you want to do? You have a lot of you have some choices here. You can talk to whoever you want. You can set up whatever you want. You can do whatever, but there's quite a lot on the table here.
Does talking count as a turn?
I think talking itself isn't an action, but if you have to talk to them for a while or they need convincing or something, that would certainly be an action.
Okay,
cool.
I think that this is about when the afternoon session of the meeting is about to get started. So folks are making their way back to the conference room in the mouth of the whale sea monster. Remember, there's Millie, Archimedes Sevens, everyone's favorite boy, Lucky Edie, the Separatists, the Brothers Ancon, Piney on behalf of Tessie the Storm, the Key with the Gaze, of course, Kid Cervantes, and Lustrious with Salix watching the door, and Drews is there as well as all of the pirates who are still milling about outside and hanging out on the beach and doing their various pirate things.
Eric.
Yeah.
Can you let me know when we get to the point where one of the ships is within 500 feet?
Kind of. I can. I think that unless you got to be looking for it and prepared to do that, because I think that's kind of part with the turn system. So if you're prepared for it and you're looking out for it, definitely. But I think that's part of like the approximation of how long it will take for the ships to get to the island. Do you know what I mean?
Great. I'll set Nani then to be a alert for me for when they're within 500 feet.
Nani takes out like an astrolabe.
Yeah. The
astrolabe Nani always has. It's electrified, it's battery powered, and can set up in a tree for you.
Beautiful.
It's the scope of her electric whip. Why does it have a scope? I hope you don't find out.
Who can say?
Ooh.
Excellent.
She sounded like a car who didn't want to turn over.
Umbi, can you prep some bombs for when we're going to need it?
Oh, yeah. Well, here's my thought. Here's some thoughts. Can I just throw out some ideas, some thoughts for the milieu?
You got plenty.
Okay. So we've got shape water. We all have shape water, which is useful. I know for sure I would like to... I have timed demolition bombs, so time bombs. So I'm going to set some landmines on the beach.
Time bombs.
A la D-Day. I also have the option of giving Salix a potion of growth, which would make him, I think, one category taller, and he's already a large creature, I think, right?
Salix tops out at the medium goes until like up to 10 feet, but large is like 10 feet by 10 feet squared.
And what is he like normally?
Like 8-9 feet tall.
Okay.
So he is the top of the medium category now.
Correct.
Yeah. But a big old large tree would be helpful.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my thoughts right now.
Great. I just had another idea. 1 second. I have to look up a list of things.
Cool. I think the most helpful thing for Troy to do would be to hide in a sniper's nest. I can extend my range so that what is normally long range is regular range for me using a risk die. So I can not be disadvantaged on a long range shot.
We also got Archimedes too. You guys could when one person is reloading, the other person could be shooting. You know?
That'll be up to 400 feet. That said, I'm all for talking to Audrey and thinking that maybe she's not a foe.
Oh, yeah, that's another option.
So I would say that each of those actions, you're kind of doing it collectively. So that was like, if you want to like bury bombs in the sand, that would be one action. If Troy wants to go do something, that would be one action. But that all sounds interesting.
Well, actually, that's a fundamental question. Do we want to treat her as an enemy or do we want to treat her as a friend?
Dang, Eric, why would you make that conflict? Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think right now she's coming with the intention of probably fucking shit up. However, I can go meet her before she lands on shore.
That's what I think.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think you should take our dinghy or whatever.
Oh, I don't need a dinghy.
Oh, you can just go?
I can just go.
Well, I think you should just go then. I think you should go say hi to your best friend and see what play her as if you're on her side and be like, listen, not everybody there is super stoked, but like this is bigger than all of us, etc.
My favorite part of the New Testament, and like I don't really know it that well, but when Jesus was like, no, I got this. I just kind of walked out.
Is that what we want to do, by the way?
It is. And I think, like Jesus, Eric, you should finish your Last Supper by booping all of your pals on the nose and saying, don't you worry, pal.
Yeah, my favorite part of the New Testament also is when Jesus boops everyone on the nose and then turns into a giant shark.
Yay!
Fuck yes.
Oh, witches are so cool.
How did Christianity spread without that happening? Like, what did they have going for it? That's
like, I
crazy.
know historically it's one of those syncretism things, but it's like we wouldn't have been mad about it. It's not that pagan. It's just dope.
Some books were cut from the Bible, so we don't know that it didn't happen, you know?
We don't know that Jesus wasn't a giant shark at one point.
Dang.
That's true. The Book of Discovery Channel, Brandon. I hope we find it one day.
Yep.
It's more likely that Jesus was a giant shark than he was white, so I'm fine with that.
Fair.
That's fair.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, folks. That's great. So again, you can do this in any order. So anytime you move, because this is a JRPG, it is turn-based, right?
Sure.
So you do your action. You can choose the order you want your actions to go. And then I will move the pie accordingly. And then you guys can do that. So decide what you want to do in what order. And then I'll kind of like activate the pie to be moved for the next turn-based piece of biz.
All right. I have a few thoughts. Tell me what you guys agree with. I think that Umbi should bury some bombs anyway.
What are they called, Amanda?
Time bombs!
Thank you.
You should bury some time bombs anyway. Can you control when they detonate, or you have to set that in advance?
Let me look.
Is there like a tripwire scenario that you could do?
There is not a tripwire, but I can set it for any number of rounds at increments of 6 seconds up to 1 minute.
Okay, so maybe save that then. Maybe, prep them.
Maybe closer.
Yeah, prep them, but let's not bury them, because if you want to like plant something and then like spend 2 turns, moving and then they go off, that would be better if we actually get into combat.
Unless our DM wants to say like, oh, that's cool, we should have let Brandon do that and be cool about it.
I think you have the capacity to set up some tripwire bombs, but you'd have to like set them up because it's not something you can naturally do.
Like roll on it, you mean?
You'd have to devote an action to it, roll on it, see if it would work out. But it can be something that everyone does together, makes happen,
I think that's worth trying.
Because my only concern is like if she's friendly and then the time bombs go off and then she's like, oh, I see this is double cross. That seems worse.
Yeah.
So at least my vote is I'd prefer you just like prime a bunch of shit, prime some of my arrows, and then like Troy can hide with Archimedes. The thing I think we should set in advance is like, Julia, how will Cammy signal to us that this is friend versus foe? Like your hair up versus hair down or something like that.
I think it's going to be if you see Cammy bounce, then it's probably not a good thing.
Okay.
1 if by land, up if by sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, it's been used as a survivor voting strategy for eons.
If it's been used in Australian Survivor and the American government and the folklores of the American government, then we got it. We nailed it. We nailed it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cammy will just candy blast into the air if it's a bad thing before she heads out.
Great. I just want us to decide.
Lustrious goes, bang, bang, bang. All right, I guess we're going to get started with the afternoon session. We did not make any progress on what we already had written down, so I think we'll just continue to work on whether or not Lucky Edie's going to tell us any any pertinent government information or not. Let's keep working on that.
When is the one about lunch tomorrow?
Oh, well, okay. Thank you, Troy. We'll add at the bottom tomorrow's lunch. Well, I'll add that at the bottom.
there was lunch break and then lunch discussion.
There's
and so it's
an
important
armada coming this way. Why are we discussing lunch tomorrow?
You're right.
We might all be dead.
Right. You're right.
What? All of the pirates stand up and be like, what? What are you talking about?
You hear Umbi come up and say,
No, I like this. Umbi was running up to Salix to look out for it. It was during lunch. So now Umbi's doing it to the meeting pulled together. So Umbi has to do it again.
An armada of what? Of who?
Well, it seems like Audrey the Rotten Queen got an invitation and she's showing up.
I mean, that's what happens when you just kind of like
Wait, hold on. I
Drop a
want to
bunch
say
from
my
the
cool
sky.
line. Wait, hold on. Let me say my cool line.
Yeah, I also had a
Okay.
joke earlier.
It
so.
seems like Audrey the Rotten Queen is showing up fashionably late.
That was a cool line. I did
That was
like
a cool
that.
line.
Thank
That
you,
was
Audrey,
worth
for
it.
the chance to say my cool line.
Mine was just a lunch in the hand is worth 2 tomorrow. So, I mean, that's just true.
It's more of a thinker. It's for
We
the
have
thinking
time
man's.
for quips later.
There's always time for quips.
Hang on, are we sure Audrey means harm? I mean, maybe she's just coming to the meeting.
I knew it. This is what happens when we allow Craigish and Imperialists into a meeting.
Okay, whoa, I also don't love High. He gave me so many noogies when we were kids, so we have some things in common here.
The Craigish ships, they are coming. We they bounce
Wait,
as
they're
all
Craigish.
the purple potatoes get up and scurry away.
They're not craggish. Just for the record, not the crag ships. Audrey the Rotten Queen.
We cannot trust what any of you tell us. We have built no bridges together.
Okay, I guess.
Eric, when the potatoes move, do they move like that Pokemon that sort of like does like a little wave?
Like phalanx? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They run in a line.
Terrifying.
Okay, cool.
Excuse me, your disgrace?
Go ahead, Troy.
There's the whole rule here that, like, we're here for a common purpose, and unless someone fires on you, you don't fire on them, right?
That's exactly how the law of the sea works. Of course. Thank you for illustrating it, Troy.
Yeah, so, like, if Audrey doesn't fire on us, then there's no reason to fire on her, no?
Audrey, the zombie queen, the undead zombie queen. Yeah, I'm out. Lucky Edie just pushes herself back in her chair and be like, nope, no, bye, no, see you later,
Wow,
deuces,
What a
see
chicken
ya.
of the woods.
I'm sorry. What was that you said under your breath? What was that?
I said it out loud. I said, wow, what a chicken of the woods.
Lucky Edie whips her arm around and slams her knife hand into your little dais. Be like, I know that you like just kind of throwing your life around willy and or nilly. Sea witch.
Cammy.
God damn it, not you
It's
too.
not Willy or Nilly.
But I value my relationship with the living realm, and I'm going to do anything possible to hold on to that. We've all heard about like how you two are sweet on each other. We've seen it. We've seen it. We know about it.
Me and who?
Okay.
Oh, I thought Salix. Was I wrong? I was picking up on something there.
They are really cute.
Okay,
So,
alright.
yeah.
You're darn tootin' I am.
But I'm going to hold on to what I have. So I'm just going to take some steps backwards, and then we can reconvene when there's not zombie pirate and when there's not undead pirates moving their way towards us. That is my thing. That's my weird thing that I'm holding on to this mortal coil. And I don't know if you all are out here for adventure solely, but I like adventuring and then adventuring again later when I'm still alive. That's just like
That's
my
fine.
thing.
I'm sure everyone will hear about how you ran away.
Just don't get in our way.
Let's like a roll here, Cammy.
Yeah, what would you like?
I don't. What kind of role would you like, my friend?
Can Troy stand behind her holding a dagger to lend some assistance?
I think so. I mean, this is in public.
I can do intimidation. I could do persuasion. They're the same.
I'd love to do intimidation.
Sure.
13 plus 3.
16.
12 plus 6 for an 18.
18?
Pretty good.
And while you're at it, you can apologize.
Edie whips her arm and pulls the knife out of the dais and says, I'm not running away from anything. I'm just have this weird thing where I preserve my sense of living in life. But maybe it might be interesting to see what Audrey has to say, because you two are so close and everything. So let's see if she's not going to eat our faces off. But after that, I'm gone, not out of cowardice, but out of regular
Cowardice.
self-maintaining, regular self-maintenance. The regular amount.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Cammy, for implying otherwise.
Can everyone make a perception check really quickly?
Oh,
15.
23, baby.
Natural one.
Natural one.
Troy's just so focused on intimidating.
Troy's like, yeah, boy, get him,
Yeah.
Cammy.
Yeah.
Umbi, as you're looking around, you see that Piney has their entire bottom half through a magical window that's moved just as like a portal going somewhere else.
I'm
Piney!
not wasting another
Piney!
counter spell on this.
Piney, put your ass back down now. I see you. I see it.
What?
Piney.
What? I was just going to the other side of the table so I could see have a better view.
Don't make me regret not killing you earlier.
You could, because you rolled so well, through the window, you hear special hourly discount at the book depository. 2 games for the price of 1, only for the next 60 minutes. Yuck.
Did you add games to the book? God damn it.
It's a real earner in the when people aren't eating. We needed a new economic driver.
Not only do you need to put your ass back down on the ground, but maybe yell for Tessie for some backup. We will remember this. We are pirates. We hold grudges notoriously.
You do owe us.
What do I owe you? What do I owe you?
Your life.
We didn't kill you, and in fact healed you when the building exploded. Who knows how that happened?
All the pirates gasp. We're like, oh, they helped each other. Oh my god, they helped each other. That's crazy.
And I think, in fact, your employer/lover requested that we let her know next time we run up against Audrey.
I think that's true, actually. It was so long ago.
You can kiss your enemies, says Archie.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Yes, Archie. I'm
No.
no expert, but everyone knows that.
Guys, no, Archie can't. No, Archie cannot.
Yes, he
can.
I don't think so.
I'm going to have to add that to my repertoire of attacks.
Troy fist bumps him.
Nice.
This is a great conversation. I'm gonna go be a shark now.
Yeah, Archie, you want to go up, make up a sniper's nest with me? If stuff breaks bad, I want us to be our first line of defense.
I am more than happy to go with you. Where is a good spot to look out?
Let's climb up the skeleton, see what we get. It'd be cool to have like a special hand signal called a skelly, no?
It would. Maybe we can go, there's bones in here.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Okay. All right, I'll be back. I promise. I'll be back. Magical promise.
Inside check.
Piney's still hanging out of the portal window, but holds a hand out to anyone who will grab it.
Oh, well.
What did you roll?
Oh, sorry. I rolled a 14 on Piney saying I'll be back. I promise.
Oh, okay.
Arcane promise. Who wants it? Arcane promise.
I'll take it.
Okay, arcane promise.
And Umbi spits in his hand and then shakes.
It works. That is a magic. It's a lubricant. He knows things. And it, like, purple and blue sparks kind of radiate and burst and crackle off of you two clasping your hands deeply together.
Which isn't the magic. That's just what happens when Umbi spits.
It's when the magic Cora with Umbi spit. There's a little bit of gunpowder in Umbi spit.
True.
Troy looks at Archimedes and says, "That looks like kissing."
It doesn't look like kissing. That's not what kissing
Why
looks
is there so much kissing happening right now?
I'm writing that down.
All right, bud, let's climb up. Let's find a good spot to nest. And at any order, Troy and Archimedes can start climbing up the skeleton.
Okay, cool.
Your disgrace, Mr. Lust.
Yes, I love that this is catching on.
You don't like control the bees at all, do you?
No, it's more of a symbiotic relationship. I put out lots of sugar water, and they don't stab me through the abdomen.
Julia, if you candy blast, if it all breaks bad and it falls on the ship, what is candy made of?
Sugar.
What do bees love?
Sugar.
Big floating target.
Okay, great. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, we'll see how that goes.
Thank you, Mr. Lust.
Ooh.
Ooh, I like that. Well, I was worried this was going to be boring, but I guess it's not going to. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens for lunch tomorrow.
Wonderful. Okay, I think that everyone's off doing that stuff. What are the things you want to do? Because I think that will be the turns that you all take.
I would like to turn into a giant shark
Okay,
and swim out to Audrey.
great. So turn 1. Cammy turns into giant shark. That's one piece of pie. Cammy, what does that look like?
It looks like Cammy jumps into the water and mid-air turns into a giant fucking shark in a blink of an eye.
You're just like sprinting towards the sea, and then you jump like 10 feet in the air. Just steam envelops you as you polymorph, and then you turn into a giant shark. What's the plant that the shark is?
Ooh, great question.
Yeah. What's your animal combo?
Oh, it's a great white birch shark.
Hell
Yes,
yeah!
I love that.
Only way to make sharks look cooler is if it was covered in white birch bark. That'd be tight as hell.
True facts.
Yeah. A fun fact: if you rip off some of that shark's skin, good for lighting on fire.
Yeah,
true.
and also for making paper.
Yeah, it's hydrophobic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does it look like a Animorph cover when you go into the shark?
No, it's just like a magic girl transformation.
Oh, magical transformation. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brandon, I can draw you an Animorph cover of that. After
Would you
this.
mind?
Yeah, I'll do
Just
it.
real
I'll work
quick.
on that. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's piece of the pie 1.
We definitely want to lay down some triggered bombs, landmine bombs,
Sure.
right?
I felt iffy about it because if everything's fine and then she comes on the beach and triggers it, that would be bad.
Well, I can just dismantle it.
You can just disarm it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we just need to get the sign from
Then yeah.
Cammy.
Then I would say between like the point of the island where she's landing and, toward the main hall would be a good place to do that trigger.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Sure. Yeah, you're going to want to put it on the beach that you theoretically think that she'll land on if on a straight line.
Yes.
Sure. Cool. Yeah, you can definitely bury some bombs. That you can definitely do for free. Umbi loves burying bombs. But I think the turn would be setting up a trigger, kind of like a trigger system. What are you thinking?
The tripwire, I think, right?
Yeah, tripwire. What is that? I forget what was in the labyrinth. Was that tripwire?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just do tripwire then.
Sure.
So I had some base knowledge of it from the labyrinth.
Cool.
The
Why-
pamphlet you may or may not have written.
Let's see how that goes. Tell me what it looks like, and then we'll roll on it using your spellcasting modifier.
It goes well. I take some.
I
It goes a
crushed
little
it.
Something
The
like
number is
this.
high.
Mm-hmm. I don't actually know how this works in real life. So I assume like you put the bomb in the thing in the ground, and then you attach some like fishing line type stuff
Yeah.
to the pin, and then you sort of like attach the other line to like a pinion or like a stake or something,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and just reel it out, and then stick it into the ground and put it close to the sand, so it's not very visible, but high enough to where it'll catch someone's foot.
Yeah.
Love it.
Pull tight for sure. I like the idea that you have to like grab ingredients from like all the pirates hanging out. Like you grab someone's fishing line, and then you grab someone's like barbecue steaks that they were using for
steaks.
For grilling.
yeah, they were using for grilling.
And a dash of CB jelly.
Just to stick it all together.
Steaky.
Yeah, you stick it together, you buried it in the sand for sure. All right, give me a roll using your spellcasting modifier.
That would be intelligence.
Sure.
Do it.
Now, would I roll Arcana or just straight up intelligence?
This would work with your natural philosopher, so why don't you do intelligence plus half your modifier?
Toy.
Yeah.
So that would be plus 6 total.
Sounds good.
Oh, 23, baby.
23? Oh, baby, that's tight. That's it's scary. It's militaristic. It's violent in a way that everyone's like, oh, that remember this weird old man also can explode me in various pieces.
Yeah, Umbi put some CB jelly under his eyes.
It's intimidating. No one wants to go near this sweet old man anymore.
Don't fuck with me!
It's like, oh yeah, that my grandfather, 4-star general. He buys me socks for Christmas, but also he can take apart a rifle and put it back together in 3 seconds.
Just call me Dwight D. Eisenhower, baby.
I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
And his famous slogan, don't fuck with Ike.
I like that. All right. So that is 2 pieces of pie. As Troy and Archie are scaling the side of the whale skeleton, something happens after turn 2. Cammy, as you are shark swimming your way towards the Rotten Queen's armada, you know, it was going pretty fast because you two are swimming at each other, right? You see it's getting a little bit harder because it seems like they are slowing down.
Interesting.
And maybe you notice that they're slowing down because one of the ships has some black smoke coming up from it.
Oh, interesting.
in a straight line. This isn't like fire where it just kind of goes up and dissipates. It kind of starts to go up in a column, and then at the top, almost like a smokestack, it's billowing out, and it's starting to get very, very cloudy.
Cool.
Cool. Well, when I'm a shark, my intelligence is 1, so I don't really know what that means.
You don't know what that means, but I think it's happening. And then, of course, everyone on the island is seeing it starting to get darker and darker.
The shark is like, ooh, weather. And then just keeps going.
Doesn't affect me. I live in the water.
Incredible. All right, Troy, you are scaling up there. I think I'll give that one to you for free. I love the idea of these 2 winged insectoid greenfolk scaling the side of this giant monster skeleton with like long range weapons on your back.
Yeah.
It's tight, absolutely tight as hell.
And Troy is going to try to find them a spot that is protected from the wind, gives them good visibility, but is not visible to folks approaching from the beach. So he's going to be like ducking under, peering up, like hanging upside down to like look at how things appear from the beach. And I want us to find a good little nest.
This is an action adventure game, so there's like yellow parts of the skeleton because you have to jump and move from side to side. It's a climbing puzzle for sure.
Can I roll acrobatics to see how?
No, that's for fun. No, that's for fun. Don't worry
Shit.
about it. No, it's for fun.
I want to use one of the things I was good at.
You can okay, fine. Do it. Roll acrobatics.
Do it anyway. Do it
No, because
anyway.
then you could roll a 1.
I rolled a natural 20 plus 4.
Incredible.
All right.
No,
All right.
plus 6. Proficiency plus dex plus 6.
Wow, hot damn. Good job, Tiny Dice.
Thank you. May I find a very good spot?
Sure, you navigate your way through. I think that I was going to figure out whether or not this would take a turn, but I think that you move quickly and deftly enough, and you're able to lead Archimedes up, who's less good at this for you.
Sure.
There is a charged moment where Archimedes slips and you reach a hand out, and Archimedes grabs your hand.
Yeah, charged with friendship, bro. I'd never let you fall.
I love how charged with friendship this moment is.
Yeah.
And then Archimedes tries to kiss because he's confused about when to kiss.
No, thank you.
No, you only kiss enemies.
No, thank you.
Only kiss enemies.
Or people who want to kiss. It's okay if they like you.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
As you pull Archimedes up, we are still at the end of turn 2. You have not used something else. So you're up at the top. This is a desiccated giant corpse / skeleton of a monster that has been, again, acided off with the high pH. Low pH? I don't know. Scientists tell me what I mean. Of the skeleton. There is not a lot of cover up here. Yes, it's very tall, so you do have the angle, certainly, and you can see everything very well. I think you have a pretty good sense of how far away the ships are, but you'd have to do some math if you wanted to figure out how close they are. You do see that they've stopped for a moment. The ships have stopped, but there isn't anywhere to like hide. It's a flat. You're on the back, so it's just like a curved skeleton, and it leads down towards where the tail is, which goes into the water, and it's kind of farther away from the beach and everything that we've been interacting with.
I mean, aren't deadhead moths and butterflies colored that way for camouflage purposes? Could you just lay flat and like...
Troy is more colorful, but I really like the idea of kind of hunkering down like just before the hump of the whale spine so that if you're looking at us from below up onto the spine, there's less of us visible. However, if that's not an option, I can use my time disguising us. And that's certainly something Troy knows how to do, is set up a sort of sniper nest and make some disguise.
Make a perception check. I think we're in turn 3. Let's find Troy and Archie a place to do this.
Sure, there's some CB nests around too, you know.
Yeah, if you you could also climb over to the other side and try to get in with the CBs, but that's certainly a choice.
17.
Straight 17?
Straight 17.
Okay, 17. So you're in a pretty good spot. Interesting.
Because we can gather like some moss, some comb, some extra bones, and build up a little bunker.
Yeah. With the 17, I think we could just lock in everything that we've said. There isn't a good place to hide necessarily, but you could certainly disguise yourself if you wanted to. You could make a break over to the CB's side and kind of get in there, but the CBs are buzzing around, hanging out,
No.
doing their lazy fly around, being like, hey, what's up? Oh, hey, what's up? We're both CBs. What's up? You know how bees do? They just kind of like go like, hey, what's up? You seen any pollen lately? No. Okay, cool.
Buzz, buzz.
Buzz, 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 buzz.
Buzz, buzz.
You also see that you can look down on the lighthouse. You are higher than the lighthouse right now. but the lighthouse is still a medium distance away from the skeleton, but would give you another vantage point. But you can see into the top of the lighthouse, and you see that there is, even from where you are, you see that the back part of the lighthouse has crumbled off. This is something that Umbi saw a while ago, that crumbled off, and you see the splash of blood that is on this crevice that's been made, because 20% of this circle is just fully crumbled off.
Troy's going to point over at it and say, hey, Archie, so you didn't get a chance to go over there. It looks really scary.
It is. It seems not ideal.
Who do you think shot Umbi and Cammy?
Like,
who could have snuck in there and shot them?
I don't have experience with shooting people from far away. Only cowards would do that, or the desperate.
Yeah, that's us today. Desperate.
What are you rolling?
Oh my god. Wait, what's that? He points towards the lighthouse.
Troy looks.
You see another flash of red. Not the blood on the crevice, but you see a flash of red, not the flash of red of the blood, but it's moving behind the lighthouse to get out of your line of sight.
Archie, watch the ship. Tell me if any candy comes out. And then he's gonna...
What?
Yep. You'll know it when you see it. And then he's gonna focus down...
Is that a euphemism?
Nope.
No.
Focus down the scope of his crossbow toward the lighthouse. And Troy's gonna spend his active energy trying to seek out, identify who's behind that red light.
Okay, give me a perception check with advantage because you're looking through a sniper scope. And you're devoting your
Damn
turn
right.
3 to this.
Damn
Fuck
right
yeah.
he is.
All right, that was a 19 and a natural 1. So let's say a 19 flat.
Pretty good.
You don't have any perception?
I have no perception, so that's just a 19.
It's a wisdom
Jesus
thing,
Christ.
Brandon.
Oh, right, yeah.
Don't worry, next time we level up, Troy's getting some wisdom.
All right, let's see what happens.
Eric rolled badly. Eric
Hopefully.
rolled badly.
Well, that makes sense. Okay.
Eric, remember when you said earlier before we started
No,
that you...
the dice are telling a story, Brandon. I want to hear it.
The dice are telling a story. What can I say? And the dice are right. Honestly, the dice are correct. You can see through the mottled glass of the lighthouse. So this is an old lighthouse. As Umbi was up there, there's the mirror that turns around, but also the light gets reflected as it's through the glass of the top of the lighthouse, right? You see a bloodstained bandage kind of wrapped around a Greenfolk's head, and peeking out through the bandage is a red tulip flower.
That
Vindication!
fucking piece of shit.
Troy clutches at his heart.
This is the person that should have found out. I feel very vindicated, but Troy is the one that should have confirmed it, so it's perfect.
Archie?
Troy.
I am going to turn away from the lighthouse and turn toward the ship and deal with this oncoming threat. And then I'm going to need you to help me deal with an old friend.
I understand this is an emotional moment, but only if it doesn't interfere with the things that I care about. I'm not a reliable person. Don't rely on me.
Classic
no.
Archie.
I'm self-aware enough to know I'm not reliable.
That's fair. Troy's going to take out one of his arrows and start writing a note.
Oh.
He is going to scribble a quick note, spear it with the arrow, and easy as anything, shoot it right at that flash of red in the lighthouse, or just above it.
The note is just like a sad face.
The arrow sticks clean into the lighthouse.
And then he turns his shoulder and watches the fleet.
All right. Troy, it's getting darker and darker and darker. I think everyone, as you guys are all setting up, it is now no longer daytime. It feels fully night as these dark clouds coming up from this black smokestack. These clouds are getting darker and more opaque, and the sky is fully dark.
That's so fucking cool. I wish I could do that.
Awesome.
Spooky.
Yeah.
so fucking cool. I wish I could do that.
It is now the end of turn 3.
Hello, hello. It's Amanda. I hope those of you in the path of the eclipse had a wonderful time viewing it safely yesterday. And I want to welcome our newest patrons to the Join the Party fam. I was trying to think of an eclipse pun, and maybe you're each total eclipses of the sun. Leslie and Samantha, welcome. We are only able to make the show with all of the time and love and energy that we do because of your support. For just $5 a month, you too can know that you are making this show possible and join the best place on the internet, which is our patron-only Discord at patreon.com/jointheparty. If you want things like fun in-person content that we recorded while on the tour, that is our bi-weekly podcast Party Planning, all of that and more, and ad-free episodes and other goodies available at patreon.com/jointhepartypod. By the way, folks, we are doing a quick survey to ask where you live and where we should do our next slate of live shows. Whether you live in the U.S. or other countries, we would love for you to fill it out. There is a link in the episode description, so go on ahead, click it, and give us, just takes 30 seconds of your time. We're basically asking both where you live and also what cities we could perform in that you would be excited to go to. So if you have family in a certain city, or you could drive there, or it's accessible by train, or you want an excuse to visit a particular new city. I've never been to New Orleans, for example, and that would be amazing. Let us know. That way we can plan where our next tour might go. This Week at Multitude Spirits is a history and comedy podcast focused on everything folklore, mythology, and the occult. I saw a professor recently who was like, oh, by the way, I love spirits. And I was like, excuse me? And I had to tell Julia immediately that an actual professor, I don't think of folklore, but of journalism, thought that her research is cool and good, which is incredibly lovely. And if you also want a kind of heads up on what sorts of, spooky challenges or cool monsters might be coming our way, because there have been a couple of things drawn from spirits episodes or mythology that make their way to Join the Party, that is a great reason to check it out. Dive in with any of the almost 400 episodes we've released over the last 8 years. Go to spiritspodcast.com or search Spirits in your podcast app. We are sponsored this week by Volante Designs. If you are looking for gear that makes you feel like a badass, like an NPC, like somebody who is kind of starring in their own video game at all times, you gotta check out Volante Design. I saw more than one Volante Design piece while we were on the road. God, it was so much fun. I love them so much. And whether you are looking for officially licensed gear from franchises like Assassin's Creed, Devil May Cry, and Star Trek, or some of their original collections like their Cyberpunk and Modern Ninja lines, you got to check them out. I promise they are so beautiful. Go to volantedesign.us, and they've been kind enough to give us a discount code, which they normally don't do. So you can use the code Join the Party for 10% off your entire order. That's Join the Party, all one word, for 10% off your entire order at volantedesign.us. We are also sponsored by Shaker and Spoon, a subscription cocktail service that helps you learn how to make handcrafted cocktails right at home. I feel so fancy whenever I get a new Shaker and Spoon box because they come with extremely cool little tinctures and bitters and washes and spices and all kinds of ingredients, not just that are perfectly proportioned so that I can make exactly 12 drinks at home, 4 of 3 different craft cocktail recipes made by world-class mixologists. Don't you forget it. But also, the bottles are adorable. And I can try oh, you know what? I never would have bought a 6-ounce bottle of Mole bitters, but this little teeny tiny dropper makes me really excited to try it. And that's their whole thing. It's helping you level up your home bartending skills while also enjoying new spirits and techniques. So if you want to get $20 off your first box, that is a great deal, folks. Go to shakerandspoon.com/join the party. That's shakerandspoon.com/join the party. And now let's get back to the show.
It is now the start of turn 4. Cammy, you notice that the ships are moving again. It seems like they paused to get this smokestack going. Now they are moving again towards you, so you are you're still getting some movement forward.
Am I nearly there? Because I can go 100 feet every 6 seconds.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Cool.
Yeah, you're getting close.
Okay.
That's a fucking fast shark.
Is that based on reality?
So the swim speed is 50 feet. I'm assuming I'm dashing because I'm not taking any other action.
Yeah.
So it's 100 feet per turn, which is 6 seconds.
Yeah. You're as fast as a large pirate ship. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I'm also size huge.
Huge.
Oh no.
Huge.
Cool. Cammy, at this point, you see that some smaller ships go sploosh, sploosh off the sides of the larger ships, and some people are zooming forward.
They're like launched out of it, off of the boat.
Yeah, they are
Or drop
coming
down from holders.
Yeah, they are coming down, and there are some scout ships that are moving forwards. One of which is moving towards you.
Cool. I'm just gonna swim under it.
Okay.
Yeah, the prow of the leading ship. That's where Chigurl would be.
Yeah. Give me a dexterity check.
I asked chat, and apparently that is 68 miles per hour.
Oh boy.
That's fast.
I only rolled a 12.
Row! Shark in the water! Watch out, shark in the water! Cammy, as you're swimming around, harpoons shoot by you. You know that cool way how like when things go from the air to the water, they like make that cool sound?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And Cammy, as you're swimming, you don't get hit, but they did see you.
Okay. I'm a pretty big shark. It would be surprising if they didn't see me.
Shark in the water! And you also see that once a Greenfolk a rotting Greenfolk falls over and falls into the water.
The temptation is so strong, but I do not eat him.
Cammy's shark eyes get really big.
The bloodlust. It's overwhelming.
Yeah. Cammy, where are you going? What are you doing?
I want to go for the flagship, wherever that one seems to be.
You're going to the flagship?
Whoa, is that where that comes from?
Oh!
Yeah.
This is Amanda, not Troy. That's awesome.
Yeah, bro.
Learn something new every day.
Learn something new every day.
Now, sharks have incredible sense of smell.
Yeah.
Cammy famously senses magic via smell.
Sure.
I would like to focus my sense of smell on the scent that I know is Audrey the Rotten Queen, which is that like necromancy smell.
Yeah, it smells like
Ooh.
someone you left food in the fridge for too long.
Yes.
Or you come over a hill and you realize you're in a decomposing plant.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, that's a shark's favorite smell too, like rotten meat kind of situation.
Yum yum.
Yep, you know exactly where you're going. Yeah, Cammy, you are making a bee line or a shark line or a bee shark line.
A
or
CB line.
Or a bark shark line. To
Bark shark line?
Bark shark. You're making a bark shark line to the flagship, which you can sniff out for sure.
Cool.
Back on land, Umbi, Troy, you want to do anything?
Dogwood head shark.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I like
Pretty
that.
Oh,
good.
that's pretty good.
I have some thoughts, but Amanda, tell me if you have some ideas too.
No ideas. Troy's just going to keep his crossbow trained on whatever looks like it could be a threat to Cammy. So right now it's the people with harpoons.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Troy.
If I can, if you'll allow me, I do think I want to give a potion of growth to Salix, and it gives you the enlarge feature. And Eric, I did look up just to triple check how big a Salix alba tree is, and it doesn't really map onto D&D well, so do with it what you will.
Sure.
But it can go up to like 70 to 90 feet at its max.
Oh.
Cool.
So it's a very large tree at maturity. So whatever stage you want to look at, it's one stage more with the enlarged bow.
He's getting
No,
up the
it's
damn screen.
cool.
That's what we would call gargantuan.
Gargantuan's only 20 by 20, so like...
It's 20 plus.
Oh, okay. But that also says that's a kraken, which like I don't think a tree is as big as a kraken, so I don't know if it maps perfectly. You know?
No, it doesn't. And also, like, the humanoids, because that was always the thing. It's like a medium size, like most of your almost all of your PCs, unless you're explicitly playing a little guy, are medium, which is why it's 4 to like 9 feet, because it goes from like halfling to orc, theoretically.
Right,
So it's
right.
like, and I always thought that, and I felt similarly about Greenfolk, right? Is like, you know, you can have a tiny little guy, or Blueberry Joel, if you remember him. It was the same as Salix,
How
right?
could we
there.
forget?
I know. Remember all the way from episode 1?
Sing us a song, you're the Berryman. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for some blood and juice.
For melody.
You got us feeling all right.
Got us feeling.
Paul is a real estate juicerist. Never had time for a wife. Davey, here's the thing. Davey was in the Navy, and he probably will be for life. I'll tell you that
that's
much.
true.
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, so medium is up to 10 feet, and Salix was already a wide and deep character.
Right.
So, I mean, we're talking, if Salix takes this, the Salix is got to be like, 15 by 15, 18 by 18, 20 by 20.
like a giant size in Lord of the Rings terms.
Yeah. That's the top of large in Durblins and Durblins.
Great. I want to offer that to Salix. Obviously, I can't make him drink, but I'd be like, "Hey, Salix, you want to get real fucking big? You want to get swole?"
There's a tempting offer. I do have a code where I don't take random potions from old men who offer them for me without asking them where they came from.
Weird, but very smart, actually.
I don't know. I think that's a good policy to have.
Yeah, good policy.
Lustrious, can you please? I would refer you to my lawyer, Lustrious.
What's in there? What's in this? Why does this look like a Jaeger bomb? Do you drop it? You have to drink it quickly?
I mean, you don't have to, but it tastes better when you drink it quickly.
Oh, then it will curdle?
It doesn't curdle. It just like it goes down smooth when you're drinking.
I think it curdles.
You're not here, shark.
I know. That was Julia. That was Julia saying that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna make you big. It's gonna take you from your current size to one size bigger. And then if any of those fuckers come up on shore, you could use your just big old arms and smack them away.
Umbi, you've been doing this for even longer than I have. The first thing that I learned once I went off into my second journey, my third path, is I knew that I should ask questions from people who I thought might have more experience than me, which is most. So I'd have to ask, Umbi, what do you think's going to happen?
With Audrey or with Salix?
No, I believe you. Hopefully there's no... I'm going to ask you about side effects after this. What do you think Audrey wants?
I don't know, but all I know about Audrey is that what we've seen, which is Audrey's tried to take territory and probably bump off competition to taking that territory. And you know where we are right now? An island full of her fucking competition. So the only reason that any Greenfolk gets to as old as I am is by not fucking taking chances.
Umbi, did you ever work in government? Did you ever work in government?
I did, and it fucking didn't work.
Because why? Why didn't it work?
Because no one fucking listens to each other. They just say like, "Oh, that's a good idea," and then when they go back, they say, "Oh, that's not politically helpful, and so let's not do it." And so they don't do the good ideas. They just say, vote for me because my opponent didn't want to do the good idea."
Right. Not doing something is an active choice.
Yeah, that. I was a lot more eloquent back in the Senate.
We cut back to 60 years in the Overstock Senate when you're...
Madam, I am Representative Umbi here to speak on behalf of my people.
Is that what you sounded like when you were young?
Yeah, I did, Julia.
Oh, interesting. Salix, kick the go-ahead. I'll be in my thinking quarters.
What do you have to think about, Mr. Lust?
Why do we keep calling him that?
I leave the things that people are best at to the things they're best at. You make sure we don't all get turned into zombie, and I'll know what we're going to do after that. Thank you. Umbi?
Yeah?
He holds your head in one large hand. You do good out there.
Can I roll an insight check and just see if I get any sort of like... I guess the question is like, I know he's not lying to me, but...
Sense of his motivation.
Do I get to hint that he's gonna like self-sacrifice or something?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
19 total. What up, y'all? I'm the fucking best roller in the West.
19.
5 minutes later.
5 minutes later.
I got a -6. Is that good?
Can you do a hard move against me?
What's Lustrious's mood as he's saying this? Is that a good question?
Yeah.
Lustrious is pensive. He went from as panicked as a man of leisure can be to he's rolling something around in his head. He's chewing on something. And you see him retreat back towards his living quarters, which is an incredibly raised like cabin, but it's on like stilts. It's like he got here 3 days earlier and built and set up like a really sick tent, but it's like 20 feet off the ground. It's like a cabin, but it's like 20 feet off the ground, and it's made all out of island accoutrement.
I mean, you got to get the place where you put the sugar water got to be up where the bees are. you know?
Yeah, exactly. There's like a lot of Swiss Family Robinson ass treehouse stuff going on. There's a pulley system. There's water dribbling down in various places through various.
How long has he been here?
Gotta have a water feature.
Every time the camera pans to it, it's like dramatic dark music, like dum 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 dum, and then it hits the thing, and it's like just all xylophone, coconut tones, and
He turns on a light because it's dark out, so now it's like glowing from the inside.
He's an interesting guy because he got saved for something, he believes. So
that's true. Yeah. I guess the question I have as well is like, he's not doesn't seem deceptive, right? Like he's not. I don't get the inclination that he's on the side of Audrey.
No. There's like, I think that the best case politicians, maybe this is how Americans felt about Obama for a while, is like, this guy might actually make some change. Like he's charisma. That is literally charisma, more than what we see in Dungeons and Dragons or what we see from like hucksters. There's a real charisma in saying, I don't understand anything of what you're saying, but I really do think that you have my best intentions at heart. I think I just got to let you do your thing. He is an eccentric, but you trust that he's going to go do his thing and maybe come back and help you out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That is great to hear. I assume he walks away towards his house.
Yeah, he goes towards his house. And Salix is like,
All right, I'll hold on to this until it's important.
Yeah, fucking bottoms up, whatever you want. And also, just so you know, you get advantage on strength checks and saving throws. And any weapons that you have grow as well in size. And while you're big, your attacks deal 1d4 extra damage.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
I'll be rolling more dice than I usually do.
Yeah, roll them bones.
Rolling bones.
sure. All right, that is the end of turn 4. The smokestack has stopped, and it is fully feels like night outside. It is dark. It is stormy. The wind has abated as well. It is still. There's still you also see that there's still birds and butterflies out. It's It's weird. It's weird.
It's like a solar eclipse situation.
It's like a solar
Julia
eclipse
is-
situation. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just swimming.
Keep swimming.
Julia's. I feel so bad for people who can't watch us because Julia's just swimming in the air right
Just
now.
swimming.
Okay. Turn 5. All right, Cammy, you are at the flagship.
Cool. I'm gonna launch myself out of the water and then come out of polymorph
You're
just land on-
you just jump up
and
on
just
this.
land on the deck and be like, "Hi, I'm Cammy. I'm here to see Audrey."
Okay, sure. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So you shoot out of the water. I like this because all of the ships are still moving. About this time, at the end of turn 4, going into turn 5, Umbi and Troy, you can see that the armada has spread out. There's about 10 ships here, and now they are making as much of a ring as possible around the island. I think that they can kind of cover one half of that back half we're talking about with the tail side of the island. They're in a half moon surrounding the island.
Fuck.
And that is when Cammy bursts out of the water, jumping up 20, 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you turn back into a person when you land?
Do you do any cool flips or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
I just float down like a little Mary Poppins.
I love that.
Oh,
You
that's
shoot
cool.
a shark shoots up in the water. You turn back into Cammy and you float down.
Hi, I'm Cammy.
Yeah. And all the pirates on deck go, hold their swords out. Cammy, this is a full zombie pirate crew. You are looking at the various types of Greenfolk, the insectoid, the greenery, the flora, and the produce. And they're all just nasty, nasty boys. They are rotten and dried and just absolutely gross.
I'm here to parlay with your captain, Audrey the Rotten Queen.
Everyone knows no one goes through Audrey without having an appointment.
I'm her best friend.
That piece of shit is on the boat.
All right. Well, let's see if you're in the appointment book.
as you see Radbert in his big oversized armor, now fully with the halberd up, and you see just the floating dandelion pollen in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very important.
Clearly.
I'm the head of operations. Yeah.
It's not a vanity title at all. Yeah, it's fine.
Second mate and COO. All right. Okay. Oh, I remember you. Are you Umbi?
No, and you know that.
I do. I was just being a bitch.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, no one goes to see Audrey without an appointment, especially if you jump on ship, just with like a shark witch woman.
Cool. I came here in peace to parley. May I see your captain under the laws of pirating?
We function by a different set of rules. The undead have an extra expansion pack, so there's other rules that we have to consider. Other than the rules of those living on the planter's mortal coil. Just seed to flower to wealth is kind of boring, isn't it?
Okay. I'll just go see her if you're not gonna let me go see her. But I would like to do this peacefully.
Radbert, come on! Stomp. 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 From the back of the ship, you hear a familiar voice. Someone you haven't heard in such a long time. Radbert, come on! She came all this way. The least we can do is hear her out. As Audrey the Rotten Queen, this wilted teenage dandelion in her pot, hops and drags herself down from the wheel and hops down onto the deck. All right, everyone, take 5. Let's all back up. Yeah, good. Hey, everyone, good job. That's exactly what you do when someone jumps on ship. You're right. Good job. We've practiced it, and I'm glad that we all figured it out. Everyone, you can just take some steps back. Don't go away. No one fall apart.
Okay.
Don't fall apart.
We will.
Just take a few steps back. Okay.
Did a great job. High five, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was very impressive. Like, their reaction time, pretty solid.
I mean, I've worked on them pretty well. When you take over as many islands as I have, you get your pick of the best bodies that still stay together, and how much, if there's still some gray matter stuck in there, they follow direction quite well, actually.
Some excellent magic, yes.
Audrey hops down on the deck. Radbert standing a few paces behind her, and like this crew of zombie pirates give you a wide berth around all of you. But now they're just like crowded around, like watching a dance circle.
Is Radbert a zombie?
I mean, however you want to call it.
What a pervert.
From the sniper's nest, Troy is like sharing the scope with Archie. Their eyes are really close together as he's like, "Whoa, look at her. That's Audrey. Look."
Well, I haven't seen her up close. She's a child.
Younger than I thought.
Why is she a child?
No, much younger than I thought. Wow.
And I'm saying this as someone who was raised by my dead mothers from as soon as I could walk to start being the builder.
Yeah.
I'm saying this.
Archie, we have a lot in common because it was the same for me, but it was like if too many of your brothers die, like such to the extent that all of us are really worried, then it'll be you, Troy. So like we're basically the same.
I hadn't considered that, how similar we were.
Yeah.
Wow, he's gonna bond with another member of the crew that isn't me. I get it.
Kemi! Oh my god, I feel like, we've just been missing each other so much.
Like ships in the night.
A true, like, ships, like a regular pirate ship and a zombie pirate ship steered by me, Audrey the Rotten Queen, in the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so nice to, like, finally get to meet you in person.
Yeah. I'm, like, big fan. Love what you're doing. The Bullseye games, really great. Loved your whole thing.
Yeah, I really tried to not let the asshole who works for you do the thing that he did, but
you tried, but I got good people. You got good people. Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. We staffed up really well after that. You know, really a lot of good candidates.
I'm not surprised.
Thank you for that. It's nice. It was just like it was a nice thing to do.
You notice that a bunch of the zombie crew have like bullseye games, buttons, and like
Patches.
like foam
Merch.
fingers.
Oh yeah.
A box of popcorn.
So, I came out here mostly just to chat, get to meet you.
Yeah.
Wanted to see what your plans were. Kind of coming with a huge armada towards where a bunch of pirates were meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And then, see if we could work out a deal in which a lot of the people that I enjoy spending time with don't die.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted. I saw the invite. I don't have a key, but I would love to have one.
Mm-hmm.
It would be really neat and
Yeah.
cool for me.
What would you wish for with the salmon?
I'm already living the dream, so it's hard to say. Hard to say. I mean, you have everything you want. You just... Okay, all right, Radbird. Okay. Thank you, Radbird. I love that you're supporting me, but it's okay.
Gabby gets like a little close to Audrey and like kind of whispers in her ear, be like, "How attached are you to him? Because like, I'm just curious."
Very. I'm very.
Oh.
He's very good at what he does. Because like now I know what the inside of your ship looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do know what the inside of our ship looks like because of those spores that those little onion men used.
Yeah. No, I thought that was super funny because like pirates, they're so. They just like love grabbing what's exactly in front of them. They see a weird chest and
Look around.
yeah, and the merchants are like, oh look at this magic thing. I bet I could sell it. And then the pirate's like, oh look at this magic thing. I bet I could use it to steal stuff from other people. And then they did. And then now like I see like your bed looks so comfy. Like the tapestries, and also I didn't know that Umbi kept a journal. That's cool. And it was just like your Dr. QT. What? So
He's much cuter now that his voice got real deep and he no longer worships the planter.
Oh yeah. I mean, we all go through that. We go through a religious phase for sure. Yeah. So it's like it was nice. I was I know that you have a key. I didn't see it, but it would be cool. But anyway, I just wanted to like check out, see what's going on. I wanted to meet everybody. It seems like everyone's just kind of been avoiding me. So
Well, I think a lot of people are just intimidated by your success and the fact that you're
Sure.
conquering a bunch of islands and then turning all of the people there into zombies.
yeah.
Which can be intimidating sometimes. Like, people are afraid of women who are in power.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they don't even know the half of it, so it's just like the idea of
What's
me.
the other half?
Oh, I can't tell you.
Why not? We're friends.
Yeah, but like you also want me to die,
No, I don't.
Cammy.
I genuinely don't.
Okay, I mean
Roll-
most people do.
roll insight on me.
I sure.
genuinely
All right.
don't.
I mean, you don't.
I genuinely don't.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm surprised. Most people do.
Yeah.
It's just like you and a few. You're one of the only few people who I've met who don't want me to not be here, to not be doing my thing.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between, I think that, like, maybe you shouldn't be taking over islands and then turning everyone into zombies, but that doesn't mean I want you to die.
Well, I mean, no disrespect, because I know you're pirating and everything, but it seems like pirates don't know what they're doing. How many years? It's 50 years, and we haven't found we haven't turned the Cascade back on. Like, it seems like you know what I'm doing. We need a stern hand and a strong idea to deal with this. And a lot of people agree with me, so that's why I'm just kind of doing what I'm doing.
Well, I think that was kind of, and, this is an offense to you. You're a very intimidating person in the fact that you are successful at what you're trying to do. But I think you showing up here, and the point of this was to kind of, like, get all the pirates together to agree on a course of action. And you showing up here scared the bejeebus out of them.
Well, I just wanted to be a part of the course of action. I wanted to be there. I'm coming
totally
to the
agree.
thing.
I think, Audrey, if you'll allow me, maybe if you leave your ships here, you could bring Radbert, so you're not feeling unprotected or unsafe. I will vouch for you, and you can have your voice in this discussion that we're going to have.
That's so funny. That's what I was just about to do.
Really?
We are just like on exactly the same page.
Amazing.
That's so wild.
What's up with the giant smokestack thing, by the way?
Oh, it's just like a thing that I do. It allows us to come under cover of night and, just, take care of business as we need to do it. A standard operating procedure. Like I have my advisors who tell me that we should do it, and we have, a few dark magicians here that we can help work around that stuff. So
Sure.
yeah. So it's like it's our thing. It's kind of our brand, our thing. So people know us. So people know Audrey's coming.
Cool. So here's what I'm going to suggest. You get within 500 feet of the island.
Okay.
I safely bring you to shore.
Okay.
We can all get together and have a safe conversation about what we as pirates on the Great Salt Sea can do in order to move forward and band together. And then everyone is happy.
Yeah. I mean, let's do that. That's what I was going to suggest.
Excellent.
Well, I'm just going to go, if you want to come with me, I'm just going to land on the beach. But if you're with me, you should tell people to hey, I come in peace. I was going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
I was just going to do it.
Wonderful. Let me let my friends on the beach know that you're coming.
Yeah.
I think, listen, I don't know if landing an entire ship is going to...
Oh, no. I'm not landing the ship. I have a thing. I have a thing. I have a thing.
Wonderful. Let me let someone know
Do
that
you
you're
need a
coming.
ride? Do you need a ride?
I would love a ride.
Yeah, no, we'll do it. Yeah.
I would love to not use the 4th level spell.
No, I'll give you a ride. Sure. Yeah.
I'm going to cast Sending.
Okay.
And I'm going to send it... I don't want to send it to Umbi, but
I know it. I knew it.
I know you're near all of the people.
Umbi,
so you
it should be
warn
Umbi.
them.
It can't be Troy.
It should be Umbi. I know.
You can send it to
Oh, I'll send... No.
Piney or something.
It might startle him.
No, I should send it to you so that you can vouch
Disseminate.
for me.
Yeah.
Because if I send it to Salix, I don't know Salix's vibe yet. So I'm going to do...
Audrey is cool. She and I are going to come to the beach. Please don't attack us.
And I get to respond 25, right?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. I'll put the troops on hold for now. Thank you. All my love.
Great. I always like to end them with love you, so that's perfect.
I love watching you do this. It's like seeing 4th graders make haikus. I don't like homework. It's so dumb.
Like a fucking 19th century colonel with a big peacock feather in his hat. Umbi turns to his troops on the beach with military drums behind him and says,
Greenfolk, today you did your job. But today is not a day for bloodshed. Today's not a day for chlorophyll shed. Today...
Chlorophyll spill. Come on, Brandon.
Phil Spill. Today is a day to make peace with our enemies.
We turn around and we see you're just talking to Salix.
I'm just talking to Bartlett.
Yeah, Bartlett. The key with the gaze is standing there, and there's a drunk pirate who passed out on the beach, snoring loudly.
Yar. I'm gonna have to put my swords and my key teeth away. Yar. Shh, go to sleep.
As he puts his sword in its scabbard.
If you'll indulge me, may I put a little bit of protective magic on you?
Honestly, and Cammy, don't take this the wrong way. I'm fine. No, thank you.
I just don't want anyone to shoot you.
And I have ways of taking care of that.
Excellent.
If needed.
I just wanted to show it as a sign of good faith
No, it's fine. All right, over this way. As some of the scout boats have already, been deployed, there's like just a rope going down to the sea, and she just like goes, whoop, 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 and grabs the rope and just goes wee,
And a spiral down the rope.
Yeah, and slides down the rope as Radbert follows behind her, and she goes boom, and there's like a little boat. It's almost like a sea chariot, where there's a seat up front and a little like palanquin on the back of it, and the anglerfish, the zombified anglerfish from the first arc, is rigged up to the front.
Kemi goes, "Oh, hey, buddy, cool."
Troy turns to Archie. That thing was over his mouth is called an esca.
Oh! As Archie sets up his sniper rifle.
Oh, no. They're cool. If they're traveling together, they're cool.
Umbi turns to Bartlett and says,
That thing across on top of the fish, that thing's called an esca.
As Alolan Bartlett learns a single fact.
So y'all hop on, and Rabbit goes, all right. And the anglerfish rears back and pulls the sea chariot towards the beach.
The cooler things never happen to a worse person.
my personal hope is that the way that Audrey avoids being shot is by putting Radbert in front of the ammo, in front of the bomb, in front of the arrow.
That'd be 2 for 1, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Troy, as we're ending turn 5 here, what does the note you sent to Three Lips say?
It says, now you've made this personal. Just come see me like the soldier you once were.
Whoa.
We calling everyone chicken this episode.
It says, then it says, love Troy. Love you, Troy.
Love Troy.
I was thinking about it, but not this time. He's lost it.
On the wind, from the lighthouse, you hear echoing across the chasm.
Troy, you don't know what you need. You forgot.
And you see Three Lips has leaned over the front of the lighthouse. He has a cannon that's been set up on a stand. It's a retrofitted version of what Archimedes was using during the Bullseye games. So it has all the technology as adjusted to it, but it's larger. It's this larger barrel for like a small, long cannon.
Cool.
You also see Three Lips leaning over. Three Lips is wearing a torn, just like traditional pirate outfit, like tunic, boots, and high boots and breeches, but it's all black and they're ripped apart. You even see that he has a big bandage covering the majority of his left side of his head and also like part of one shoulder. And you see, and it's illuminated in the light of a bullseye lantern that he needs because it's so dark out. You see him load 3 rounds into this cannon and says,
Troy, you don't know what you want.
and fires. Umbi, what's your AC, my man?
God damn
Oh my
it.
god. It is 14.
There is a sniper around and no one is taking cover. I don't know what to tell you.
That's fair. It's fair. I assumed it was someone in the conference, so I would assume that they were all in front of me, you know?
That's real. No, that's real. That's real.
I tried to tell you. It was Three Lips.
Do you think when Three Lips, if Three Lips was ever to have a kid, would they be named 4 Lips, and then their kid would be 5 Lips, and then 6 Lips, and 7 Lips, or?
Yeah, it's like senior, junior, and then you get to the 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
How bad, Eric?
How bad?
is
Am I
it?
dead, Eric?
I did roll one of the 3 shots. It was a nat 20.
You might be dead, Brandon.
Let's find out.
It's not
Give
good that
me
he
a
has the
second.
screen out.
Give me a
It's
second.
never
really
good
not
when he
good
pulls the
that he has
DM
never
screen
good.
out.
Folks, that's going to be 18d10.
What the fuck?
I can't believe Umbi's gonna fully die.
It is actually possible for me to fully die right now.
18d10. 92 points of damage, please.
I didn't die. Thank you. Thank you.
What the fuck?
No,
what
no.
are you talking
He
about?
didn't fully die.
He
I'm
didn't
sure
die,
he's
die.
down.
Oh,
I
okay,
am
you're
down.
down. Okay,
Down.
okay, 92 points of damage. Again, as Troy, you see Three Lips leans forward. You see Three Lips' bloody face caught in the light of his lantern. You see three flares arc through the air and land on the beach. And you see three explosions.
Umbi's right in the middle with his like sword out on a green plant horse,
Yeah.
And this day, we make peace.
and then
Oh god.
I want to say canonically, you are not on a horse. The Norse is not exploded. The horse is not involved. The horse is not
canonically no. In my
He's
brain,
on a
yes.
log. Yeah.
It's an illusion horse.
No! As Salix and the pirate run forward to catch Umbi's flaming body. You're down, right?
I am down to 0. Correct.
A 0.
I had 62 hit points.
And Cammy, you also see this coming down. You are now like about 100 feet from the beach. You are coming in fast and hot.
Umbi, no!
No. And Troy just jumps down from the skeleton, trying to like acrobatically jump down.
You're trying to get to the lighthouse?
No, I'm trying to get to Umbi.
Now,
Oh.
I don't want to judge my friends in fiction's reactions, but Troy seems legitimate, and Cammy seemed less legitimate.
Cammy's seen you get blown up so many times. Cammy's like, oh, the spell's
Another
I'm
one.
gonna have to spend.
Yeah. Evil Knievel beefed another jump? Weird. Oh no.
And now, I die.
I'll be concerned when you start making death saving throws anyway.
It is turn 6. What do you do? Umbi is down. Umbi, give me a death saving throw, please.
12.
12.
All
That's
right,
a save.
That's a save.
Save.
He's fine.
Save.
Troy, you just hop down.
Troy's gonna yell to Archie, "Blow up that lighthouse, man!" And he's gonna jump down onto the beach.
All right.
Archie's like, blowing up lighthouses. Great. Love it. Love to see
Oh,
it.
message received.
Confirmed.
Confirmed, my good friend.
And yeah, no, Troy's gonna scramble down to be next to Umbi.
Sure. Give me acrobatics check.
Yeah, 16 plus 6 for 22.
Oh yeah, you can run down the skeleton. You can make it there.
Yeah, Troy's gonna like skid to a stop on the beach and hold Umbi's large melon-shaped head in his hands and say, "Not yet, old man. You have to teach me so much more."
The thing on top of the fish is called an Eska.
The last thing he said.
Troy, you want to do anything else?
Make a medicine check.
Yeah, I'll make a medicine check.
Yeah, try to do CPR.
See, you can stabilize him.
Yeah.
Is that wisdom? What is that?
It's wisdom.
Okay.
I just want to say you've never smelled anything more delightful because instead of a bruised green bell pepper, it's like a delightfully charred green bell pepper now.
God.
I did roll a natural 1 for a medicine check.
Great.
Brandon, make a death saving throw. Make it.
It's an auto fail.
No.
19.
All right, great.
All right, that one doesn't count. That one
Okay,
doesn't count.
doesn't count.
No.
Okay.
No, it could only have
Only
given you a
fail.
negative.
Troy
Only have
pressed
given
on
you a
the
negative.
wound too hard.
I know Troy like realizes he's kneeling on Umbi's
He's like,
chest.
oh, shit.
He's like, oh, come back to me, old man, shaking him.
You hear my 3 giant seeds rattle within my body.
And here at the end of turn 6, as you hear the monstrous zombie anglerfish pulls up onto the beach, and you hear, oh, poosh. And as Audrey the Rotten Queen comes up on the beach, says, "Hi, I'm just here to talk. And if you don't believe me, I have the documentation to say so." She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a rolled up scroll and opens it up. It says, "I have diplomatic immunity on behalf of the Diamond Knot."
What?